Let's look at these questions on solving first degree equations. So our ultimate goal in these equations is to isolate the variable. Let's look at them one by one. The very first one is x over 5 plus 5 equals 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the x term on the left and move all the constants to the other side of the equation. So 9 was already there. When 5 is moved to the other side, it's going to become negative. It's the opposite operation. So that's going to be 9 minus 5. So x over 5 equals 4. Now I have to move the 5 on the left side to the right side so that I can isolate x. 5 is being divided. So I have to, when I move it to the other side, it's going to be multiplication. So it's going to get multiplied. So if I have to solve that, x would be, moving 5 to the other side, that's going to be 5 times 4. The answer would be 20. So x is equal to 20. Let's look at the second question. So that's 8 minus b over 2 is equal to 21. So I'm going to keep the variable term on the left and move the constants to the right so that I can simplify them. 21, 8 is positive. When it's moved to the other side, it's going to be negative 8. So negative b over 2 is equal to 21 minus 8 is 13. Now I have to move the negative 2 to the other side of the equation. So that's again a division. So when I move it to the other side, it's going to be the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So b is going to be negative 26. So negative 13 times negative 2 would be negative 26. So that would be the final answer. Let's look at the next question. 3a equals 5a plus 6. So in this equation, I have the variable terms on both sides. So I have to collect like terms. So I have to collect all the variable terms, move them to the left, and keep the constant terms on the right. So I have 3a. I'm going to move 5a to the left. 5a is positive on the left when I move it to the, on the right. And when I move it to the left, it's going to be negative. So it's going to be negative 5a is equal to 6. I'm just going to leave it on the right side. So it's just going to be there. Now, 3a minus 5a is going to give me negative 2a equals 6. Now, 2 is being multiplied on the left side. So when I have to move, I'm isolating a. So when I have to move negative 2 to the other side, it's going to be division. So I'm going to divide 6 by negative 2. So the answer would be negative 3. Let's move on to the next question. So then in this question, we're going to have to use the distributive law or the rainbow rule, where we have a bracket and we have a term outside the bracket. So we're going to have to multiply each of the terms inside the brackets by the term outside the bracket. So let's do that. 3 times 2x is going to give me 6x, and 3 times 5 is positive 5 is 15. And on the right side, I have 3x plus 27. So now this one looks pretty similar to the third solving question that we did. So we have the variable terms on both sides. So we're going to have to put them all together. So let's put all the variable terms on the left side and the constants on the right side. So I have 6x. Moving 3x to the left, it gives me negative 3x, becomes negative because it's positive here. And 27 is already there on the right side. I'm going to be moving the 15 to the right side, which is going to become negative 15 because it was positive on this side. So let's simplify these. 6x minus 3x is 3x, and 27 minus 15 is 12. Now 3x is equal to 12, so I'm going to have to move the 3 over to the other side. 3 is getting multiplied. The opposite of multiplication would be division. So if I have to isolate x and move the 3 over to the other side, it has to be division. So that's going to be 12 divided by 3. So that would give me x equals 4. So that would be the answer to the fourth solving question. Let's look at the last one. So I have c over 6. That's going to be the variable term. I'm going to move the constant to the other side of the equation so that I can isolate it. So 7 minus 2. This is positive here. When it's moved to the other side of the equation, is going to be negative. So that's going to be c over 6 is 5. Now I have to solve for c. 6 is getting divided. So when I move it to the other side, it's going to be multiplication. So c is going to be equal to 5 times 6. So the final answer would be c is 30. So that would be the final answer. Let's box the answers. So the first one would be x equal 20, and the second one is b is negative 26, and the third one is a is equal to negative 3, and this is x equals 4, and the final one is c equals 30.